Okay, so that was the back foot avoiding. What we can also do with that is we can actually just taunt our opponent into coming in. And the way you would taunt the opponent is basically whenever there's a flinch or a movement, your opponent will also do the same. So it's you might have heard Bruce Lee, when my opponent expands, I contract, when I contract, he expands. But it's also that fight or flight mode as well. So whenever there's a, this sort of jumping, the opponent will also not be expecting it as well. So they'll do one of two things. So from this position, as I move forwards, Rich is going to do one of two things. Now he moved forwards there. He went in, so he was going to attack at that point. It could have gone the other way. Now I've got to read that, and I've got to be pretty quick on reading that. So from this position, as he's moving forwards, just a little flinch forward, as he's moving forward, I've got to read that and then move in for the attack, or move back and deflect. Now if he flinches and he moves backwards, if there's a slight shift with the feet backwards, at that point I've then got to keep coming forwards. Okay? So it's just a case of reading it, and it's not easy to do. So if I flinch and he shuffles forwards, I've got to be in quick. If I flinch and he shuffles forwards, I've then got to either go backwards. If I flinch and he shuffles backwards, I've then got to come forward with something. So we want our opponent, we want to draw our opponent in, okay? So the way that we do that is from this position, we can just flinch and give him a tap. You see, the arm was cocked off already. It was like, I'm going to hit you now. You didn't see it from your point of view, but from my point of view, as soon as I flinched, he was like, right, I'm going to hit. Okay, so it was just a slight, it wasn't massive, it wasn't, I'm going to hit you from way back here. It was just a slight shift, which told me that this arm's going to be striking next. Okay, so as that happens, I want to draw him in. You can, if you want to put the
I'll over-exaggerate it.
No, don't overact. There's no Oscars in this room. Okay, so as that slight shift happens and he puts his punch in, now he's gone high with that. Wasn't expecting that. He's kind of contradicting me now. He's being a smart aleck. So from there, as that punch comes in, I can then shift this way. So I want to basically draw my opponent in. I can go any way I want. I can go anywhere I want with his back foot. Doesn't matter which. Just want to draw him in. And again, if he does have that, it's minimal movement. Very minimal from your opponent's point of view. Minimal from, it might be exaggerated from mine, but minimal from his. So it's like a kind of thing. And then he goes, either this or this. If they do this, if they shift backwards, keep going forwards. If they shift forwards, you've got to make a decision as to which way you're going to go. Now, that was shifting the back foot inside the frame and outside the frame. In this one, I want to cover the front foot, what the front foot can do. So, first punch comes in. Yeah, you can do that one, it's up to you. First punch comes in, I've got two choices. We can either shift that front foot across and block, a bit like what we're doing with the back foot, but instead of using the back foot, we're going to use the front foot. So we just shift that front foot across, and then we can come forward with our attack. From this position again, just do a reverse punch for me. Shift that front foot across, and then you come in with your attack. The other thing you can do with the front foot is you can actually meet the attack head on. At the moment, we're moving off that line. So if the attack's coming from this angle, we're basically just moving off that line. Whichever leg we're using, we're moving off that line. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to move forwards into the attack. Now when you move forwards, maybe just stand there, just so they can see. Now, what I want to do is I want to focus on my footwork here. So this is where I've got Rich to sort of stand with his back to you. As he puts this reverse punch in, for example, we'll go high with this. Instead, if I move straight forwards, I get a punch in the face. Having a beard, it just scrapes off, so it's perfectly fine. What I want to do is I want to move forwards, but also out to the side slightly. Now what that does is that closes him way off. So from this position, as he puts that punch in again, one. Notice that blocked across. I can block upwards with my other arm as well. I can do the reverse block. One, this way. But I've gone off that line of attack still. I'm not moving into the line of attack because that's just silly. Punch comes in and I move forwards, I'm going to meet a steam train on the way. And I don't want that to happen. So we'll do it from this angle so they can see. So you're now facing the camera. So punch comes in, not forwards, but more off to the side, and you can see that I've avoided this line of attack now. And I'm in prime position to put in some techniques, wherever those techniques be. It depends how it depends how rough you want to be with the person. But let's go above belt level for argument's sake. So as the punch comes in, slight shift. Now from there you're thinking, well, you've now got your backhand. I have got a backhand. I can strike here. I can also deflect and come in here, but like see on chin maybe. There's a bump guy that we need to do. So from there, punch comes in, avoid. Slight shift with the body, slight shift with the front foot. I've gone forwards, but I've also gone out to my left as well. You can add step two. You can add the first step in there, which is the back foot. So Queen shuffle this way. What I mean when I say put the back foot in is you can go from here and then throw the back foot in. Now what we're in prime position for, this is where we start getting into using our long range weapon. Short range weapon, we've just used short range weapons so far. So as that punch, just put the punch out, stay on 1, 2. We've now gained lots of ground. Pointless unless I'm quick on my feet. Why not? Why not? Why not? Okay? So that would look something like this. 1, 2. You can also just move that front foot out to the side. Punch comes in. 1, 2. A good thing to practice would be to side step and kick. From here, side step and kick. So punch comes in, side step, kick. Makes sense? Pretty straightforward. That can also work with a hook. Go this way. Again, side step. I meant my hook. He's going to do straight karate moves. Okay. So from there, straight punch comes in. 1, 2. Hook can work the same. With the hook kick, we can go high then low, or we can just go low. So now what we do is just step forward to that front leg and that's it, step into it. So from there, punch, 1, 2, if that makes sense. So from a sidewards angle, reverse punch, 1, together, 2, 3, or even still, 1, 2. Okay? Now the other thing you can do is rather than, and again I'm going to move forward into this, rather than moving to the outside of the technique, because if he was punching with his left arm for example, we'd be moving inside, forward and inside. That just puts me in prime position to be punched with his right arm. Boom. So moving into a technique is pretty dangerous. But even if it was, I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh yeah, reverse punch comes in. What we can do with this is we can actually move forward into this. So we're meeting it head on. As that punch comes in, this way. Doesn't happen 1, 2, 3. It doesn't happen 1, 2. It has to happen 1. Everything has to go together. All right. So again, just a nice solid reverse punch. This way, and again, this way. When you're ready, and again, let's go this way so they can see. So we'll slow it down. Again, not that it's that fast, but reverse punch comes in. We're going to be blocking down, stepping forwards, and reverse punching ourselves. 1. Everything happens together. So, nice and quick. Okay? So we've got forwards, off to the side, moving your front foot, moving your back foot. Now, another kind of, I'll go into the next video.